Have you ever danced with the devil? Took a glance at a rebel, had a chance to advance. You are not on my level. You are not my equal. I can pose another sequel. Those that do oppose, I was exposed and leave you see through with the spies in my eye. Recognize me as a legend. Refuse to cry and die so I may never get to heaven. I've been yelling and rebelling since the days I was a youngin'. Been a long time coming, I'll be damned if I'm running. Original individual, so I'm living like a criminal. Give it to you fools direct, no need to be subliminal. Say a nigga name quick but never to be famous. Put this thing up to your brain and I'll leave you brainless. Got you suckers ducking knuckles, watch you buckle as I chuckle. I can see right through your heart. You don't wanna start no trouble. Thought I couldn't get it crunk, well hell I beg to differ. I'm far from a punk and ain't your ordinary nigga. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your face. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared. Be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared. Be prepared to take a loss. I can see me leading the legion, screaming in the evening. I had the kids pleading, why is daddy not breathing? See, daddy was a heathen, daddy was deceiving. Told him last season, all I'm needing is a reason. I have no sympathy, consider me a lethal weapon. Remain a mystery consistently, I keep on guessing. With the world on my shoulder, my heart turns colder. Life ain't what you think, before you blink it could be over. Ready for revolution, retribution's a solution. There is no forgiveness as you witness evolution. The world revolves as I evolve, take a stroll through my soul. I don't plan to ever pause or take it easy on my foes. Break them off with a pencil in a simple instrumental. Situation detrimental if you disrespect my mental. This is how I really live, I hope I never have to kill. I represent self-defense, if I have to then I will. Niggas, I'm back, the game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back, the game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your face. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I don't wanna beef with anybody, but I'm far from afraid. I'm a grown ass man, ain't no games being played. Better shut your friggin' mouth before I kick up in your house. Forensics at your residence, no evidence to figure out. Wasn't seen, had to see, no if or answer in between. This is what I do to you or anyone who intervenes. I refuse to be a prey, not tomorrow, not today. I'ma be a predator. Hell, there is no other way. Bust your brain if I must. Leave you laying in the dust. Only God understands. That's the only man I trust. The rest of y'all die slow. Die with your eyes closed. Talk behind my back, but you can't look me in my eyes though. That's what you call a coward. You can find me down in Broward. Tell me where you want it at. I'll be there in a half an hour. Diamond chains, take them off. Haters, I'ma shake them off. I only deal with the real. All of the rest, I break them off. Niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your veins. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Straight Talk Previews, UFC 288. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, damn, somebody already Borgin. Brent, Bones, say something? Oh, boy. All right, go out and then come back in. What's going on, Zay?
Another day in paradise. What's going on with you?
I can't call it, man. Just happy to be on this side of the ground, man.
You ain't lying.
You know, it's hard because I don't wear my headphones anymore, so it's hard for me to tell if you guys can hear me. So I can't, you know, because normally I had the headphones on and I could hear myself playing in the back, but you know.
Yeah, you sound loud and clear.
All right. I got this new damn setup, man. Doing so many shows, got you know, and always wearing these headphones is making my ears, you know, like getting those little bumps on them from
you gonna mess around and get cauliflower.
Yeah, and not even fight.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, so while we wait on Bones to come in, you know you got the results from Schnurpel's fight. You know what happened?
Yeah, he won by decision. They changed it from an MMA fight to a kickboxing fight at the last minute, like 3 or 4 days before, because I'm pretty sure his original opponent pulled out. But he won by decision.
So now in the event like that, he could just be like, "Nah, I don't want to take it," right? Because he prepared for an MMA fight.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy though that you could you know you train and you do your fight camp for a fight for an opponent, and then at the last minute they're like, "Nah, you know what? We're gonna do this kickboxing match now."
And I remember when he was on here last time, he said something about how that happens to him a lot.
Yeah, Bones. Bones is still is bad.
So,
I don't know.
Can you hear me better or no?
Oh, now he can.
All right.
Yeah, both of you guys sound muffled though, but oh shit, was Solar in the back? What's up, Solar?
Peace. What's going on?
What's up? What you doing? What you doing? Oh boy, somebody.
Yeah, that was me. I had to get my headphones away from the mic.
What you doing on this side of town? I know you like the UFC.
Yeah, I've been checking out who got me to start watching the Israel guy. What's his name?
Israel.
Oh, Adesanya.
Yeah. I've been checking out a couple of his fights. That's kind of got me interested in. This one is being advertised. The one that you had on the thumbnail is being advertised heavy. So I wanted to check this one out.
Yeah, well, you on with two pros. I ain't talking about me. I'm just the host of this show, but these guys gonna break it down from, you know, the science and all. But Bones, you got to get that mic fixed, man. I don't know what's going on.
I'm kind of new to the UFC thing, but it's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah, this
and it's very entertaining.
You better be careful because it's gonna mess around and end up being your favorite sport.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. You know, the attractiveness to it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know, watching it and then getting a favorite, you know, fighter and then, you know, following it that way. That's normally how I begin to become a fan of the, you know, of a particular genre.
You know what's weird though? Tonight is Backlash from Puerto Rico also. So you got
that fight tonight with
Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes like that. You don't normally run UFC and WWE events on the same night. So that's, you know, I mean, they're the same. I mean, they're two different fan bases, and they're both, and WWE stuff is on, you know, Peacock. So you could always catch it after the fact. because I'll be in my debate while it's on, so I won't even get to watch it live. I had to check it out tomorrow. But yeah, so that's how that goes. Bones, let me hear you.
Yo, what's up? Is it better?
All right, yeah, stay right where you are. All right, so what do we want? We want to do early prelims, just regular prelims.
We can start with the prelim. Hey, you know what it is? I feel like when other people talk, I hear it echo in Bones' headset.
So
But when he talk, I don't
Yeah,
hear it.
that may be because do you have like a YouTube on in the background or something like that?
Yeah,
You gotta mute the YouTube out because it's gonna be an echo.
yeah, you may have StreamYard and YouTube open because when you hit the StreamYard link, it doesn't close the YouTube out.
All right, hold on 1 second.
So like I got YouTube on just to watch the chat, but then what I do is I mute the YouTube out because
So Zay,
you don't have like an echo.
Zay, you say we just doing we're not doing the early prelims?
No, we're gonna do the prelims and the main card, and if it's anything, because I think he wanted to touch on something from the prelims, from the early prelims, but it's only 3 early prelim fights anyway, so.
And you do, and Zay, you yourself do sound like you kind of far away from the mic. I mean, I could hear you, but you sound like you far away from the mic. Hey,
is that better?
Yeah, that's much better. Eventually, you're gonna have to get one of these setups. What I got over here. Wait till after this show.
Yeah, I know, right?
I need to incorporate some of the UFC into some of the promos. I be having boxing stuff and NBA stuff.
Yeah, that UFC stuff is sick, man. I was a big time.
Yeah, man, they brutal, man. They be over top. The dude choking people out, elbowing them. They gotta stop it.
So let me pull up the fight card. All right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for this show. I've been looking forward to it for the past couple of days.
All right, so it's up. So we're gonna go through the prelims first. You said we're not doing the early prelims. All right. So Solar, watch this breakdown like you never heard before. So in the women's strawweight bout, we have number 5 ranked Marina Rodriguez versus number 9 Verna Jandiroba.
You nailed it.
I'm gonna take Marina Rodriguez in this fight, just because she's like the more well-known fighter. I seen the other girl fight only once or twice or whatever, but Marina Rodriguez, I feel like this is her time, and I like her stand-up too, so I'm gonna go with her.
I'm gonna take Marina Rodriguez. This is a really interesting fight. Both ladies have won 2 of their last 3 fights. Both wins coming by finish. Verna Jandiroba, she got like probably 13 submissions and maybe 1 KO, TKO. So she pretty much only really have that one path to victory. She's gonna try to grapple her to death. She'll throw on the hands, but she's not really defensively sound. Marina Rodriguez, she's very well rounded. As you can see, she's in the top 5. This is one of those fights where you got the stakes, like number 5 versus number 9. You get what I'm saying? So it's both ladies top 10, but I feel like Marina Rodriguez is gonna pull it off, and I'll possibly see her getting the finish.
So this is what I just noticed. So as you were talking, Zay, I muted Bones so you don't hear that chirping. So Bones, whenever you got to say something, just come off of mute until we can figure out what's going on. I don't know who this Akbar guy is in the back. So here's the deal. On this show, we don't really let anybody else up on the panel. So I don't know who you are. Hopefully you'll you'll subscribe to the channel and maybe you could get on a show that we'll let you on, but you can't come on this one, and you're not showing me what you look like in the back. So I'm gonna have to remove you from out of here. All right, because I don't know who the hell this is. So in our next fight, we have a welterweight bout. How you say that? Chaos Williams versus Rolando Badonia.
Chaos Williams. He one of my favorite fighters because every single time he brings it, and not to bring up wrestling, but remember how I was saying with Solo Sikoa, how he just stir people down like during the entrance and stuff, and he don't take the
Yeah.
eyes off of them. This guy, Chaos Williams, if he comes out first, he'll enter the octagon, and the whole time the other fighters walk into the ring, he's just staring the hell out of them. Like he's staring the hole through their chest. Even when they get in the ring, he's just staring at them. Even when they making like the introduction and everything, he's still just staring the hole through them. You feel me? And he's just so intense. And he got such knockout power. I seen him knock somebody out with just a straight jab. You feel me? And he just put they do it out stiff. You know what I'm saying? So um, his name is very fitting, Chaos Williams, because he bringing chaos to the octagon, and he's looking to knock somebody out. And that's what I'm going. I got him winning by knockout, probably in the second round.
Well, I mean, I can't put a bow on it no better than that. I mean, he pretty much called it right out. Let's just say that Rolando Bedoya picked the wrong person to make his UFC debut against. Chaos Williams definitely brings chaos, and he seems like he thrives in it. Similar to like a Gaethje, but I can't really make that comparison yet because he's still kind of new to the UFC. But I definitely see him getting the finish, if not in round 1, round 2.
So
brutal knockout.
So here we are. We're about to hit the third fight. So we're 6 fighters in, and I have no idea who any of these guys are. So that plays to what I always say. UFC, even though it's fantastic and it draws a shit ton of money, it has no marketability. Like there's no star that you could get behind outside of the top stars. Like I could get behind a Cody Rhodes, I can get behind a Brock Lesnar, I could get behind a Roman Reigns, a Solo Sikoa, a Matt Riddle. I can't, like these people, if I'm not y'all, like y'all know this shit like a science, but I'm just saying like a person that's just coming in and they see this and I'm like, who's this guy? And then the fact that I had to pay to watch them fight. So it's like, I'm really not going to know him because I'm not going to pay the $80 to watch them. So that's why we depend on YouTube to sell us these fights.
Yeah, if you just watch the prelims, some of these people you'll be familiar with, but I get it totally because they're asking you to part with more of your dollars for a UFC event than they are for a WWE event. And then some people even look at it like, so I'm paying $80, but that's just to watch the main card. So you got more fights for free than you do that you're actually paying for.
So you basically paying $80 for 5 fights.
Yeah, they be making efforts. I seen a clip. I'm not sure if it's the UFC, but it's the type of fighting because I'm very ignorant of the actual genre. I'm just started watching it, but it was 2 of I guess MMA or UFC fighters, and they had like a confrontation. He walked past. I think maybe the guy was in a room or in his office. He walked past and he called him a bitch. Then the guy come out and say it to his face, and then he got in his face.
Oh,
did you see that clip?
I think you watching. I think you talking about Rashad Evans and Rampage and those fights.
Yeah. I think that was because they actually showed the actual fight when they fought afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
So
actually,
that would be somewhat of a promotion, right?
Right.
But those are big name people.
Oh, those are big name people. Okay.
Yeah, but if you want to get into it, that was a reality show called Ultimate Fighter, where they take 2 fighters, they make them coaches, and then they bring in like 8 new guys. Well, they bring in 16 guys. Each person pick 8, and then they fight like in a little tournament on a reality show, and the winner gets a 6-figure contract with the UFC, and then the 2 coaches fight at the end. So that's coming up May 30th, the next season of that, and the 2 coaches are Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler.
Let's go McGregor.
you see Conor McGregor is calling out Roman Reigns for SummerSlam. I hope they don't do this. Man,
That's just a publicity stunt, bro. He's not really
Yeah,
trying to put that.
McGregor be in that paper though. You gotta give it to him, bro. He be everywhere with his. Yeah.
yeah, but McGregor, like, I mean, and it will bother me. I know this is a UFC show. I ain't even gonna bring it out, but everything they're doing now in WWE shows you that they should have gave Cody that belt at WrestleMania. And that's all I'll say with that. I'll digress because it's gonna make me upset again. But if anybody wants to get into UFC, go back into the Straight Talk reviews archives, and I forget which episode it is, but me, Zay, and Bones did a review on the greatest fight in UFC history, the fight that saved the UFC from bankruptcy, Stephan Bonner versus Forrest Griffin. Make sure go back and watch that, and you will instantly become a UFC fan. You see how great I am? I could just slip in and out of that.
I mean, you was making reference, Trevor, to the actual, paying for the fight, paying that much for the fight when there's only one, maybe notoriety person fighting, or two at the end of the main card.
Well, yeah.
Because I know what got me looking at it was just like the brutality of it, because I didn't know anybody. What made me look at it was just the actual brutality of the sport. I was just like, yo, I want to see somebody getting their ass whooped, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what got me in it, though.
Yeah.
But see, I feel like this, like what you just said to me, it explains boxing. Because like I said over and over again, like in boxing, when you order a fight, you only want to see that one fight. Like even like you don't want to see nothing else on that card. But when it comes to MMA, it's like, and I'm a boxing fan. Like I'm a fan of the actual art of boxing. You get what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
When it comes to mixed martial arts, yeah, I am. But when it comes to mixed martial, like I used to be the guy that said this MMA stuff is stupid. I'd rather watch boxing. But now it's like the other way around, and the reason why is because it's more real and like it's like anyway, like all of these fights are gonna be entertaining. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't gotta be just. It's not just you watching it for the name value of the main event. Like for me, we're gonna get to it later, but I feel like the fight of the night is gonna be on the prelim.
In the UFC, you actually get the fights that you want to see. You know what I'm saying? In boxing, how long did it take us to see Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia fight each other? They've been calling each other out for years, and it took forever for them to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Andre Ward and Earl Spence and all them kind of people. Like people, Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. Everybody wanted to see them fight for years, and they still didn't fight each other. How long did it take Pacquiao and Mayweather to fight each other? In the UFC, you're gonna see the fights that you want to see. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think that's the advantage for a new genre, because they it's more incentive in making the marquee matchups, happen, as opposed to something like a boxing that's been around so long, whereas though now it's a lot of politics, being implemented within the genre of the sport, where now it's kind of at times like what you was making reference to, it waters down the actual totality of the sport, because I would love to see Mike Tyson in his prime go up against Holyfield before he got locked up. But it was so much politics in it that it didn't happen until all the the whole melee with him and his personal situations. So but like, this is a new genre. It's like a lot of excitement to it because it's new, it's a different form of fighting. It's very brutal. It's almost like, when I'm looking at it, like somebody could get killed in that ring. You know what I'm saying?
And to speak to what you said, I feel like the thing that's holding boxing back from making the fights everybody want to see is you got like no one promoter has like a huge roster of fighters. So like this fighter got his Showtime, this fighter is top ranked. So now it's like, even though they're the two best, if their promoters can't come to the table and agree on something, then it's like they're not gonna fight. Whereas Dana White is the promoter at the UFC, and he has a roster of over 600-700 fighters. So it's like he can match them up as he please.
So, yeah, you know, I'm here for the conversation. I'm glad that y'all getting this out, because I'm more of a guy that I could follow. So I pick a fighter and I'm like, damn, I follow this guy. That's how I was with Anderson Silva. I follow John Jones from his first fight. So to see where he is now is like, that's what's up, because I'm a John Jones fan. So yeah, everybody got to start somewhere. But I want to get into this next
Hey, Trevor, before you get into the next fight, let me just say one more thing. All right, you never heard of Bill Algeo and you never heard of Brendan Royval, but after
No.
those two knockouts that you saw when you watched the last card, it's like, to anybody else, like to somebody like you, they're nobodies. They wasn't even on the main card, but it's like, look at their performances. You get what I'm saying?
Is that who those two guys were?
Yeah, Brendan Royval is the one with the knee, and then the other guy is the one who came back and won, Bill Algeo.
That was a good ass fight card, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that card was amazing, man. That was, and I didn't even watch the main event, because I mean it was on for like, it was on for like 8 hours. I just couldn't hang anymore. So next up we got Kennedy. I'm not even gonna try. Versus Cejudo versus Devin Clark.
All right. I'm gonna go with Kennedy and Cejudo. He's one of those fighters. He's very talented, but I feel like he hasn't reached his full potential yet, and I'm not sure if he ever will reach his full potential. But I feel like he's definitely good enough to where he should be able to beat Devin Clark. He might even finish him, probably like in the second or third round. Devin Clark, he pretty good. I respect him a lot, but I just feel like he's more like a wrestler or whatever, and I just don't think he got as much talent as Jessica could do. So I'm gonna go with Kennedy in this one.
I think I may have fixed your mic. Go ahead, Zay. Say something.
I was looking. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. For me, this is a very interesting matchup. I was looking at some stats, and Kennedy and Jessica time is 10 minutes. Devin Clark, his average fight time is like 11 minutes, which tells you that they're both finishers. And Zetsuku usually get it done by knockout. Devin Clark usually, like, he probably won't really knock you out, but he'll drop you and finish you on the ground. Devin Clark is pretty inconsistent. He got a lot of talent, but he's inconsistent. But he's tough as nails. I seen a fight where he got like his four front bottom teeth from the gums pushed in, and he continued to fight. He
And
didn't win that one, but
he still didn't quit.
right. And Zetsuku, I just feel like he's more, but I feel like whoever wins.
Wait a minute. What happened? Zay, say something.
I think
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
It's a delay from what I said.
Oh, you're trying to listen to yourself. See, that's the thing. That's probably what.
No, I'm not.
Because I'm trying to fix these mics, so they're making this, trying to get rid of this noise. So hold on, let me see. Put the echo cancellation back on. All right, say something.
Yo.
Yeah, see, now I can hear you good.
You hear me?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
See, I think
So,
what's going on. Bone. See, whenever Bone's mic is on, he might be on some headphones or something. But whenever his mic is on, you hear a feedback. That's why I mute his mic when he's not talking. But I can hear you.
All right. Okay, cool. You got my pick though. You heard everything I said as far as the breakdown.
Yeah, I got the against the Clark and this crazy guy name.
Nigeria in the house.
All right,
Hey, I have a question. Hey, bro. Devin Clark last fight was against Anthony Smith, right? Where he lost his teeth.
Nah, I think he fought since that.
Okay, all right.
wait a minute, he lost his teeth.
Hey, oh wait,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I want to take a quick moment to shout out to Devin Clark because this guy got like 4 teeth knocked out and he still got fighting. And this past weekend we seen Luke Rockhold who got a chipped tooth and he quit the fight. All right. Now I don't want to hear oh you're not in the ring, you don't know how it feels and all that kind of stuff. You're a professional fighter. If you get a chipped tooth, you're supposed to keep fighting. Don't quit fighting because you got a chipped tooth. When I see a guy that got 4 teeth knocked out and he kept fighting, all right. But
Well, wait a
Hey,
minute. Wait a minute.
that was a low key shot at me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
it's a shot at Luke Rockhold for quitting the fight. You feel me?
So this man get his grill rocked, and you saying that he should just stay there and fight?
No, because you had to see the fight, bro. Like he got punched in the face, and he waved the fight off and quit the fight like in mid fight. You feel me? You
Oh,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? And this is bare knuckle fighting. The promotion that's up on the rise, and they invested money in this guy to help sell their fight because they're trying to get money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they put him in the main event. And I would be disappointed if I was a promoter because I feel like he quit on me, basically. You feel me?
Hey, Trevor, if you could just Google Devin Clark tweets and just take a look at that.
Devin Clark's teeth.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this next one while I do that in the back. So in the last match on the prelims, we have Drew Dober versus Matt Frivola, and Drew Dober is number 14 ranked lightweight.
This fight is going to be a toss up. Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like either one can win. But Drew Dober, he is a knockout artist. He brings a lot of power, and his last fight he knocked out Bobby Green, which surprised the hell out of me. I didn't see that coming because I got a lot of respect for Bobby King Green. So honestly, I'm not sure. If I had to pick, I would go with Drew Dober just because I've seen him do more. You know what I'm saying? Matt Frivola, I've seen him rush in and get knocked out in 7 seconds. You feel me? Um, Drew Dober, I would say his worst loss was against Islam Makhachev, which is the current UFC light heavyweight champion. Lightweight champion. So I'm gonna go with Drew Dober on this one by decision. But I think this is gonna be a war. This might even be fight of the night too.
Yeah, Solar, you said you like brutality. This is one you definitely don't want to miss. And it's the last free fight. Usually, what they do on the prelims, the last prelim, they try to put a fight that's going to be extremely exciting to get people to. That's their last little ditch effort to try to get you to buy the pay per view. So Drew Dober, Matt Frivola. Drew Dober is he lost 2 in a row to Islam Makhachev, and I don't remember who the other loss was to, but then he came back and won his last 3 by knockout. Matt the Steamroller Frivola, he's a beast. I think he's on a 3-fight win streak as well. Maybe 2 of his last 3. That 7-second knockout he lost to Terrence McKinney, but both guys just want to come in and throw leather. I think Drew Dober is more technical, but he's also aggressive. It's interesting in this fight. I'm looking to see who I think is gonna be the first one to be on the back foot. I feel like if Drew Dober want to use his technique, he might try to just sit back and counter. But when he connects, his lights out. Matt Frivola, like I say, he's tough. He's a dog, and it's just gonna be a war. I'm also picking Drew Dober. I'm kind of upset because we picking the same fighters. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Drew Dober. But I feel like this is one of those fights where anything can happen.
Hey, one of the main reasons I'm picking Drew Dober though is because he's a little bit more battle tested than Favola is. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he's been in there against a tougher opposition for sure.
yeah.
All right, I want to
And lightweight is a killer division.
hold on. I want to show this real quick. Let me know
Yeah,
let me know when it comes up.
it's up.
Oh, yeah. So, damn.
From the Gomes, right? Like his whole Gomes pushed there.
So, what's the story behind this? My goodness.
He got punched in the mouth in like the second round and continued
And
to
he
fight.
continued the whole fight. It was a 5-round fight.
Damn, by steady getting hit in the mouth.
Yep.
So at this point, I mean, at this point, he can't wear his mouthpiece.
Nah. Well, I mean, like he can't hold it in for sure. He can't bite down on it.
Wow, that's
That's a warrior right there, man. That's respect.
That's crazy. That's my goodness, man. His teeth look ugh. Damn, I didn't even know where the hell the dentist was going to start with that. They may just have to pull them all out and give them implants.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, so we're gonna get into the main card. So the first fight on the main card is gonna be a featherweight bout between Crone Gracie. Is he one of the Gracies?
Yeah.
Versus Charles Jourdain. And I feel like I heard this guy's name recently.
Who, Jourdain?
Yeah, like we covered him
Yeah,
in
he's probably good.
I'm gonna go with Gracie. If I'm not mistaken, his last fight was against Cub Swanson.
Yep.
Yeah, he was expected to win that fight, but it was kind of one of those fights where he was inexperienced and he went up against a veteran, and the veteran kind of showed him what the deal was. But in this fight, he took a lot of time off too. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, to be honest. So the fact that he took time off, I don't like to see like young up and coming fighters take a fight and then lose real bad, and then they fight like a month later or 2 months later. I want to see you take some time off, go in the lab, refine your tools, and get better and come back. So I'm gonna have faith that that's what he did since he only took 2 or 3 years off, and I feel like he's gonna go in there and get the submission like a Gracie within like the first round. I'll say round one submission, rear naked choke.
Oh, so you call it round one submission?
Yeah, because he got to prove himself, man. And his last fight, he didn't look good. Not saying that it was not a knock against him. He went up against Carl Swanson, which is a veteran. So but I feel like he got to bounce back though.
All right. Well, speaking of experience, Cron Gracie is 5-1. Charles Jourdain 13-6-1. So there's the experience advantage again. Cron Gracie only 2 UFC fights. He submitted Alex Caceres in the submission of the night, and then he went ahead and what was it? Cub Swanson. That was fight of the night, but he got destroyed. It was one of those fights where, oh, you got props because you showed your heart. When all they talking about is your heart and your chin, that means you get your ass whooped. So he was publicly criticized by Hickson and Hoyler Gracie because he didn't use his jiu-jitsu in that fight. He tried to stand and bang. I think he wanted to prove a point that I'm not just a jiu-jitsu fighter. In this fight, I'm going Charles Air Jourdain because I feel like I mean, Cron Gracie only got really one shot. Charles Jourdain is rangy. He's crafty. He's extremely creative with his strikes. Nice footwork. He'll type of person that'll throw a jab, flying knee combo. I feel like he don't want to do too much of the spinning stuff because turn your back on Cron Gracie and he gets your back, then it's probably going to be downhill from there. One thing I will say is one takedown for him is all it takes, and he's just that good at finding submission. So I feel like he could get the sub, but if he can't get him down, then he probably gonna get thrashed on the feet. So I'm
Hey,
going
bro,
Charles Jourdain.
I can see a case where Charles Jourdain go for like a flying knee or a spinning back elbow and get taken down, and that's it for him.
Yeah, I can see that. That's why I say he need to leave the spinning stuff at home.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't be too flashy.
All right, so so in our next fight, we have number 10 ranked in the featherweight division. Give me these weight classes again, because I see lightweight, I see all type of shit. Middleweight.
Hey, one more thing too. 9 times out of 10, Nate Diaz will be in Chrome Gracie's corner, so we might get a Nate Diaz fighting tonight. But yeah, they have women's strawweight, women's bantamweight, women's featherweight, and then they got women's flyweight. Then they have men's flyweight, men's bantamweight, men's featherweight, men's welterweight, men's lightweight, no lightweight then welterweight, and then men's middleweight, men's light heavyweight, and men's heavyweight.
Well, I guess I was looking more so like what's the actual numbers?
Oh, okay. For featherweight, it's 145 for men and women actually. For bantamweight, it's 135 for both. But for women's strawweight, it's women's strawweight is 115, whereas men's flyweight is 125. So I'm gonna just give it the weight classes. You got for men, you have 125, 135, 145, 155, 170, 185, 205, and anything over 205, but up to 265 is heavyweight.
So let me ask you a realistic question. They didn't used to have all these weight classes when I was heavy into it. You had your heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight, and then you had one under that, and that was it. You didn't have all this featherweight and flyweight and strawweight.
They added
Right.
featherweight, middleweight, and flyweight. So they added 3 extra divisions: the 145, 135, and 125. And
You
they
don't
also
think
And
added.
that was those divisions were WEC only had lighter weight. When the UFC bought WEC, they adopted their weight classes.
so? Here we are. I'm a street fighter, so let's just put it that way. I'm not the guy that's gonna get in no cage for 5-minute rounds and try to do arts with you. I'm gonna try to hit you hard and choke the shit out of you and use my weight to destroy you. That's what I'm gonna do. Do the 10 pounds like really matter? Like here we are, the difference between straw and fly and junior and all that bullshit. Like, are they just creating unnecessary divisions? Couldn't they just have all the lightweight people be in one division? Because they're all cutting weight to a certain amount anyway.
And all right, so I feel like remember when the UFC first started, they did not have weight classes at all.
Yeah.
I feel like the weight classes was just so they can get sanctioned and stuff like that, and try to make it more of a sport. And then,
Go ahead, bro. Go
my
ahead.
bad. And when you look at boxing, like it's 3 pounds that separate weight classes sometimes. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel like at the end of the day, if somebody's a different weight from you and you have to fight them, you're not gonna not fight them because they're not in your weight class, like in real life. You get what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna say this as a person that used to do jujitsu faithfully, and I did like multiple jujitsu competitions. Bro, trust me, that 10 pounds makes a hell of a difference. You feel me? That's why you need weight classes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're grappling with somebody, you may not think that 10 pounds is a lot, but trust me, 10 pounds is a lot. You know, so that's why they have weight classes and stuff like that. And then you got to think too. At some point, you're gonna be gassed and tired and stuff like that, low on your energy, and that's when the weight factor really takes into effect. Because when you gas and stuff like that, and the person got 10, 20 more pounds than you, and the way in hell you can lift them up and stuff, you know. So that's why it's good to have weight classes, and 10 pounds do make a difference.
Zay, how much you weigh?
I weigh 280,
But you're also what, like 6'5"?
6'6".
You're 6'6". I'm 260, and I could anywhere from 255 to 260, but I'm 6 foot right on the head. I mean, you got 6 inches over me and anywhere between 20 to 30 pounds over me. You would say that would be unfair, correct?
Yeah.
I would say that would be unfair strictly based on just your height. You have the reach advantage over me if we were getting in, like if we were in a boxing match.
Right.
But I don't think like that's an extreme. But I don't think if I weigh 135 and you weigh 145, that's gonna make much of a difference at all. I mean, we're talking about you got a half a foot over me and probably 20 to 30 pounds over me. There's your disadvantage right there. Or if you would fight your brother, who Bones, how much you weigh?
I'm at 205.
You 205. How tall are you?
6 feet.
You 6 feet. So me and you the same size, but I got 50 pounds on you. There's your disadvantages right there. We ain't talking about. I just think they is a lot of overkill with all these divisions, man. I mean, you got an Amanda Nunes who can move from division to division. She's gonna beat your ass regardless. So I mean,
some people do jump up and down too. So I mean, to prove your point, like I feel like the weight cutting is a major issue. People try to like cut as much as they can and then rehydrate, so they'll have that much more of an advantage over their opponent. But I feel like just fight at your natural weight.
I remember UFC 100. Thiago Alves fought GSP. GSP naturally walks around at about 170. Thiago Alves was a 200-pounder. So he had to cut 30 pounds in order to fight GSP, which should be illegal, first of all. And then he was able to gain it. He was able to get it all back. And then he looked like shit in the fight. GSP was, I mean, you could tell the guy was completely drained from trying to cut weight. Like, I don't know, man. I just think this weight cutting thing for this. I mean, when you look at extremes like with us and our size differences and stuff like that, but when you talking about like 10 pounds make a difference between, you know, welterweight and like featherweight and bantamweight or strawweight or whatever. I don't know.
I think the weight difference it does make a difference, but I do agree with you though. Like I feel like fighters shouldn't be cutting 30 pounds, 20 pounds, and stuff like that. Like, that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And then
That's
you got certain
dangerous.
fighters. It's not healthy. You feel me? And then you got certain fighters like Paulo Costa. He's always trying to cut weight, and a lot of times he misses weight. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know where he walk around at, but he fight at 285. I mean, he fight at 185, and I'm gonna assume that he walks around at like 220, 230 because he ripped.
See,
You know,
that's ridiculous. That should be illegal. Like for real. That like when you got people like Venkat saying that the UFC should have harder sanctions and shit, that's what he means. Stuff like that. That's ridiculous, man. You can't like that. That shouldn't be allowed, man, to have somebody cut 30 pounds. And then if you miss weight, you don't get to fight for the championship, correct?
No, you forfeit your purse. You forfeit the money basically.
Oh,
And
but you still be
it's up to the opposing fighter if he want to still accept the fight or not. So like if me and you fighting and you miss weight, it's up to me if I still want to take that fight or not. But because public perception or whatever, 10 times out of 9 the fighter is still gonna take that fight because he don't want the event to be canceled off of his name or the fight to be canceled off of his name or whatever. You feel me? Because even though you miss weight, if I don't accept the fight, I'm gonna be the one that's looked at like, oh, I'm soft or I'm scared or this, that, or the other. You feel me? Or I'm ducking you. You feel me? Even though you're the one that missed the weight.
So in theory, I know it could never happen, but so say me and Zay were gonna have a heavyweight fight. I'm already 255, 260, so I'm good. I'm under the weight limit. In order to fight me, Zay would have to cut 20 pounds. And then
Yeah.
after he cuts his 20 pounds, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to go back up to his 280, just so most likely he'd be a grappler, a wrestler to lay on me. So it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Because
very unhealthy.
like I say, I'm a street fighter, man. I'm trying to knock you out quick. I wanna knock you out and get my arm around you. Once I get my arm around you, then the chokehold is unbreakable. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I rather I rather knock. I don't need to be the guy to just throw punch after punch after punch. I'm the dude. I want to get you. I want to get you in a vulnerable position. Once I make you buckle, then you're getting choked out. You're going to sleep, and hopefully I let go. And that's that's what it is. I mean, so that kudos to these fighters, man. They're great.
Not getting paid about an hour.
Yeah, these guys are great, man. I can't even do it, boy. Because after that fight card I saw last time, them jokers was throwing some haymakers, man. I ain't got the energy for that no more. All right, so we're on this the featherweight bout. This is the Movsar Evloev versus Diego Lopez. See, I still haven't heard of any of these guys yet.
All right, well, Movsar, he's undefeated. I want to say he's like 15-0 or maybe even 12-0, something like that. I know he's undefeated, number 10 featherweight. This fight, shout out to Diego Lopez for taking this fight on 3 days' notice. The original opponent was supposed to be Bryce Mitchell, and that would have also had potential for fight of the night because Bryce Mitchell has one loss, and he's ranked number like 6 or something in the featherweight division. And that would have been a good test. Both him and Movsar have a similar style, but I'm not going to talk ugly stock because that's not for fighting. I was excited for that fight, but yeah, I expect Movsar Evloev to dominate this fight, but I really don't know anything about Diego Lopez because this is his UFC debut. He took the fight on 3 days' notice against a killer. So, I mean, I don't know. This is an opportunity to shock the world, but at the same time, I mean, at least he got a UFC contract now, so I'm sure he'll get another chance, like to actually properly train and see what he got up against, like a more fairly matched opponent.
I went out for a little bit
for one guy, and then
Go ahead.
caught off guard by one of those shot games.
I'm gonna go with Masvidal. Because I was looking forward to the Bryce Mitchell fight. I'm a huge Bryce Mitchell fan, and because he pulled it out, I kind of lost interest in this fight. I don't really know who Diego Lopez is either, and because he took the fight on short notice, I expect the Russian to just maul him, just straight up maul him for like. He probably just gonna finish him in the first round, probably submit him or something like that. So that's basically all I got for this fight.
So do you got okay, we get into the women now. Oh yeah. So do you have fighters like what I say I am, like that just want to hit you one time and then get you down and choke the shit out of you? Like,
Hey, also, well, he's not gonna try to choke you out. He's gonna try to definitely finish the fight immediately. He ain't trying to stay in there at all.
because
Yeah, he's bringing that Alexander Houston energy to the octagon.
Because admittedly, man, all that trying to sit in there and exert all that energy and this and that. I wanted to be one and done. Let's get it over with.
Derek Lewis and Tatu also fight like that as well.
Peace, Yango. What's going on? Yeah. All right. So now we get to some names that I've actually heard of. See, we like 10 fights in, and now I'm finally getting to somebody that, oh my goodness, I just saw the next fight. My boy back already. So we have in a woman's strawweight bout, we have number 4. Oh, hold on, I gotta mute that mic. Getting too much of an echo. In a woman's strawweight bout, we have number 4 ranked Jessica Andrade. Is that how you say it? Or
Yep. Andrade
versus Yang. You got it, Bones.
Yang Zhaman.
Yep, that's it. I see what you did there, Trevor.
No. But I know. Well, actually, I said that. Actually, I said that because not just because his love for the Oriental ladies, but because he good with them names. Like he really be killing them names.
All right, so this is a fight that I'm very, very excited for, and these women, they bring it. Like Jessica Andrade, she brings it every single time. Whether she's getting finished or she's gonna finish somebody, like she fights. I don't want to say she fights like a man, but damn boy, she be putting the females out. Like she's one of the few female fighters I seen knock out another female clean with one shot. Like put her out cold. You feel me? Her, Valentina, are some of the few women that come to mind that can do that. It's very few women that can just put you out with one punch. You know, it's a lot of females that got power and they'll knock you out. Like Amanda Nunes, obviously the one that was in the cyborg, but a lot of females they get TKO victories. You know what I'm saying? But she'll just straight up put you out one shot, and as soon as the round starts, she's coming for it too. And she's also the only female that I seen knock out another female with a slam too. You feel me? Like she picked the female up and just slammed her on her head and knocked her out cold. And that's actually how she won the belt and became the champion. Um, Young Shannon, she's real good too. But the one loss that I seen her have was against the Cookie Monster, Caller Esparza, and Caller Esparza is a wrestler. Caller Esparza took her down and just straight up beat the hell out of her for 3. I don't even think it was. I think they stopped the fight in the second round. So on Josh, she has good, a decent wrestling. So I feel like she probably gonna take her down. She's gonna try to take her down, and she probably gonna ground and pound her. I'm gonna say she gonna win by decision, but I think she gonna beat her up pretty good though. I think she's gonna leave the girl swollen and bloody and just a mess. I think she's gonna maul her for 3 rounds.
All right. Well, this has big title implications in this division, as you can see, it's number 4 versus number 6. Ironically enough, Young Jamat's last loss was to Marina Rodriguez, who's on the card as well.
Hold on, Zay. Hold on, because your mic popping now for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you on the headset?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying that this fight has title implications in this division. As you can see, it's number 4 versus number 6.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Go out and then come back in. Yeah, go out and come back in because I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the mic situation today is not good.
But yeah, as far as female fighters, Jessica Andrade is one of my favorite fighters. Just because every time she fights is very entertaining.
Yeah, I do know that name. I do know her name. So and she's ranked number 4. I mean, so about how many women are in the strawweight division for her to be ranked number 4?
Probably 20 or 25. That's it.
Oh, is that many?
Yeah, but like other like divisions, that's not a lot for UFC. Other divisions may have like 40 fighters in one weight class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to be ranked number 4 out of 25 people, that's
Oh yeah.
that's pretty damn good. right.
another reason too. She's a company fighter. For example, she had a fight and beat this girl up. So she set the record for the most. Well, one of the records for the most strikes, like in a female fight, landing on another opponent. I think she landed like some ridiculous number, like 300 strikes or something like that on the girl. But
Damn.
after she beat that girl up, she it was a main event fight for another fight, and she stepped in because somebody got injured. So she stepped in 2 weeks later and fought somebody else, and she ended up losing that fight. But they definitely gotta. I feel like they definitely reward people like that who come in and take fights on short notice, especially in the main event fight and stuff like that. So she always willing to fight too.
So I do want to say this real quick. Looking at and this, I got to do it. Sorry to whoever I offend right off the bat, but these two broads look like they could take a punch, first of all, and then and then second of all, I ain't gonna say that one. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. y'all know me, so y'all know where I'm going with it. But never mind. I ain't gonna do it.
But what if it's true?
Don't you trying to make me say it, man.
But
now you sound much better. What the hell did you do?
I removed those headphones.
Oh man, Bones, you might want to try that.
Take my headphones out.
Yeah, you hear how clear he sound?
Yeah.
So they got more manly looks than they're a little more manlier looking than I would care for. That's the nicest way I'm gonna say it.
I agree.
But at least they're real women, right?
Yeah. At least they're not trying to insert themselves into into female sports, knowing that they weren't born females.
And while we're on that subject, let me just say shout out to Ashley Evans Smith, because I don't know if you saw the thing that I sent you, but Fallon Fox, the transgender MMA fighter that fights women, Ashley Evans Smith destroyed him.
Oh, she beat her?
She beat him, yeah.
Good.
One second, real quick. Let me respond to Yanga real quick. Yanga, I had to do it to him, man. He disrespected. He brought my wife's name up, and that's the one thing you don't do. I would have let anything else he said slide, but the minute he brought my wife's name up, I had to eviscerate him. I had to. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, I'm Jamaican, man. 10 toes down, stand up all the way. All right, go.
But no, I was saying that this fight has heavy title implications, as you can see, as number 4 versus number 6. And also, as you can see, when you get to this main card, there's a lot of numbers by a lot of people's names. So that just tells you the level of what's on the line in these fights, the stakes. But Yan Xiaonan, her last loss was ironically to Marina Rodriguez, who's also on this card. But her last fight, she won against Mackenzie Dern, who's like a black belt 3 times over in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And there were quite a few times where Mackenzie Dern took her down and tried to submit her, but her submission defense was highly improved, and I feel like that's due to the fight that she had against Carla Esparza. I feel like she worked on her ground defense significantly, and she didn't try to play around on the ground. She just defended submissions and got back to her feet. That being said, I know Jessica Andrade is like a favorite, but don't be surprised if Yan Xiaonan pull off the upset. I feel like she's rangier. Andrade, I feel like, has to deal with that in every fight that she's in because she's always the shorter fighter with the shorter reach. But she got good side to side movement, like as far as footwork. But sometimes when she blitzes a lot, she's heavy pressure. She just put pressure in your face. I feel like Xiaonan can use her range and probably try to stay away and etch out a decision. I'm gonna get cute and I'm gonna go with Yan Xiaonan for the upset.
So let me go ahead and apologize to everybody now for Zay for having his mic sound so damn clear an hour into the show.
I didn't know it was there. I thought it was just the echo from the other end.
Now you sounded what it was, and we could have heard you the whole time. What it was, it just sounded like you were far. But then towards the end is where it started popping every time you would say something. So that's why. But now, yeah, whatever you're doing now just sounds perfect. Bones, you got anything else on this fight?
Yeah, I want to say two things. I took my headphones out. Do I sound better?
And now you sound a million times better.
Okay. Two things. Number one, for the record, even though I'm picking on Josh, I want Yan to win. You know. And number two, bro, you mentioned Mackenzie Dern and her fight with Mackenzie Dern and how she had good submission defense. Well, I agree 100%, but I think the difference is, I would say, is that Andrade, she's not gonna be looking to submit her. She's just looking to ground and pound. So I know her submission defense is good, but well, like Carla Esparza, Carla wasn't trying to submit her. Carla was just straight up just mauling her and just beating the hell out of her, just punching her. You know what I mean? And I think that I think that Andrade is gonna do the same thing. She's not when she take her down, she's not gonna be looking to submit her. She's just gonna be trying to just beat the hell out of her, basically, and just punch her to death.
All right, so what we're gonna do on this fight? I mean, you're right. You got a good point. And what we're gonna do on this fight is we're gonna place a little wager. Whoever loses got to take 3 shots.
Deal. Deal.
All right, and what do you see? What do you see happening for the winner of this fight? Because I feel like if Jessica Andrade win this fight,
that's another thing too. Because when you went out, I was telling Trevor that she beat the hell out of Lauren Murphy. Oh man, I love that. I watched that fight 3 times. I watched it. I seen it live, and then I watched it like twice the next day. It was so amazing. But anyway, she won that fight, but then she took the fight against Erin Blanchfield and lost that fight. So if she win this fight, I don't know if she'll get a title shot. But if Yan win this fight, she can get a title shot. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Who is the champion? Who's the champion?
Zhang Weili.
Also the first ever Chinese champion. So it'd be
And
China
they would
versus
love to have China versus China
That
in
is-
China.
the biggest Asian fight in UFC history, right there. If they do that,
But I will say this: you know why they won't hold that? Why they won't hold that?
Blanchfield fight
Aaron
against her.
Blanchfield lost against Jessica
Figured on-
Andrade,
Fit on 2 weeks' notice. She filled in for somebody, so they shouldn't hold that against her. I agree.
and it was a different weight class because she went up a weight class for that fight.
Oh yeah, you're right. True. You're right.
And then she been calling for this rematch for a while against Zhang Weili. So I feel like either way, whoever wins is in good standings to get a title shot because there's no really obvious number one like standout
I'm surprised
contender
you.
in that weight class.
I know you're a big Rose fan. I know Rose your girl. You like Rose a lot. You know.
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to see that fight for a third time. Rose beat her twice already.
Yeah.
Rose Namajunas, and how you say that?
Yeah.
Yep, nailed it.
Wait a minute, isn't she? I thought she was the one that retired when the whole Conor chair throwing incident.
Right. Yeah. For like a few months, the UFC threw that money at her and gave her a title fight. She was.
Oh, okay. All right. So, we're already to the co-main. So in the co-main is a welterweight bout. We have number 4, Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. I knew I just saw Gilbert. What last show we did?
Hospital.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. As a matter of fact, the one that went live, he fought Jorge.
So okay, so this is a number 4 or 5 matchup. I could have swore Burns was number 5 last card.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think that. All right, this division is pretty logjam. It's bottleneck. So I don't think the win over Jorge Masvidal moved him a spot because Masvidal was 13 and 14.
Oh,
But This fight was originally supposed to be Charles do Bronx Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush. That fight got scrapped 3 weeks before the fight because of Oliveira pulling out. So after Gilbert Burns beat Jorge Masvidal, he said that he wasn't fighting again unless it was for the belt because they got a fight coming up and he wanted the winner of that fight. And Bilal Muhammad has been making the same case. Bilal Muhammad is on a 9-fight win streak. And let me just say, shout out to both of these guys. Gangster move to take a fight on 3-week notice.
I know
for Gilbert Burns coming off of a fight 3 weeks ago, and also this will be his third fight this year on the pay-per-view. And Bilal Muhammad coming off of Ramadan where he was fasting and training at the same time. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to both of these guys. Real gangster move. They've both been promised that the winner of this fight fights the winner of the title fight. So that's what made them do it. Plus, I'm sure the UFC threw some extra dollars their way. 5 rounds they made it too. 5 rounds, which is also, I mean, one could say that that's not fair either, considering the fact that it's such short notice. Because I feel like it's one thing to train for a 3-round fight. It's a whole other thing to add an extra 10 minutes to it.
So this winner is getting a title shot no matter what.
Absolutely. Well, let Dana White tell it, and I feel like neither one of them would accept anything else. But Bilal, it's like I pick against him all the time. I feel like he's overrated, but I guess he can't be because he always wins. But Gilbert Burns has fought the stiffer competition. He's I feel like everywhere Bilal is good, Gilbert is better. Bilal is a wrestler. He has sick cardio. He pushes the pace, pressure. He throws strikes too, but mostly his strikes aren't really to hurt you, even though he did win his last fight by knockout. But his strikes are usually just to like pepper you up, to grab you and take you down and control you. He will not be wanting to be on the ground with Gilbert Burns because his jiu-jitsu is just on a whole nother level. And Gilbert Burns also has a lot of power. He's known for his jiu-jitsu, but he's very well rounded. It's like pick your poison with Gilbert. So I feel like Bilal's only path to beating Gilbert is by getting Gilbert tired. But with that being said, because Gilbert has been known to gas out, but with that being said, I feel like Gilbert should be in better shape because he just came out of a training camp right into another, whereas Bilal was doing the Ramadan thing and they made it 5 rounds. So I see Gilbert Burns winning this fight. The odds are way closer than they should be, in my opinion. But if Bilal proved me wrong, then that'll be like the 10th time in a row.
Oh man, I'm real pumped for this fight. I'm real excited for it. I got a lot
Somebody
of respect
moving
for
boxes.
Huh?
Sound like somebody moving boxes in the back.
I just push my hands across the mic. We good.
I got a lot of respect for Bilal. I wouldn't say that he overrated. If anything, I would say that he's underrated because he don't get the appreciation and the respect that he deserves.
From people like me.
Yeah. Some can say his last fight was the biggest fight of his career. Because some can say it was the Leon Networks fight. Which, by the way, when he was fighting Leon Networks, Leon was getting the better of him. I'm gonna just keep it real. You feel me? Leon was better of him, and he wasn't getting the clinch like how he wanted with Leon. But that fight ended up in a no contest because of an eye poke. But Leon was winning that fight, and so I feel like if Leon was getting the best of him, I feel like obviously Gilbert got a better stand up. Bilal only path to a victory, like you said, is to tire him out and just to clinch him and kind of like lay and pray for 5 rounds. I think. I'm gonna take Gilbert. Even though Bilal, his last fight, I want to say against Sean Brady, who was undefeated, and it was over in Saudi, I think in Dubai or something like that, which is Bilal, whatever. So it was in Abu Dhabi, but he knocked out Sean Brady. It was undefeated, and he was an underdog in that fight. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna have to go with Gilbert though, because I feel like Gilbert, he got the better stand up. Gilbert is a 3-time world champion, and you know, as far as jiu-jitsu. So I'm gonna go with Gilbert. I want to say he's gonna get the finish because I feel like that'll be his best path to victory. But I can't see Bilal getting finished though. To be honest, I just got that much respect for him. So I think Gilbert gonna win by decision.
And you see that head kick that knocked out Usman, Bilal took it on the chin
Against who?
when
Oh,
he
against
fought Leon Edwards.
yeah, he got a chin. He got a chin. And if he do win this fight, he gonna definitely like prove everybody wrong because no, I don't think nobody picking him to win the fight. To be honest.
Yeah, and anybody who beat Gilbert make me a believer.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's at plus 105 and Gilbert's at minus 125. So the money is on Gilbert for this fight.
Hey, I got a question. So bro, so you don't think that because you know, but Bilal best path to victory is clinch and grappling and stuff like that. So you don't think that he should go for takedowns and take him down because of Gilbert's jiu-jitsu threat?
I feel like, I mean, he'll be playing with fire if he did. I mean,
But he can't stand up with him though, because if he stand up with him, he definitely ain't winning that fight.
yeah, I mean, I guess you got to do what brought you, got to ride the horse that brought you here. But I mean, that's why I don't see a path to victory for him unless he was to out cardio him.
Because I feel like he got to take him down. You know what I mean?
And how do you think that plays out if he does?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it plays out. He better off taking him down than standing up with him though. Because if you stand up with him, he definitely ain't got no chance.
You know what I see? I see him trying to do a lot of clinch work against the cage, not necessarily take him down, but kind of more so hold him against the fence and just make Gilbert work.
Yeah.
Y'all I see y'all watching, man. Y'all might as well go ahead and hit that like button while you at it. So I just noticed this. I didn't even notice. I mean, because I'm not familiar with anybody on this card pretty much. But what I did notice too is that it's being held at the Prudential Center in Newark. So and it's interesting because it's not being held in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Center where they normally have them. Is it because this card is not really?
No, it's because Aljo, the champion, he's a New York, New Jersey guy, so it's kind of like a hometown thing.
All right.
Hey, Trey, let me show you something. Click on Bilal's name. And then you can go to fight history right there. Like I'm just showing you can open up more stats if you wanted to.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. They got the fight history down there, and
if you click on his fight history, you're gonna see all green.
Him learning on the fly because I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. When. Okay, so it's like, huh? Okay. Hold on. Hopefully, I don't lose it. All right. I didn't even notice that. So now this is another thing.
By Gilbert Burns' name.
Wait, say that Gilbert again.
Burns' by his head. By his head.
Yeah, there's
that. And now scroll back down.
Oh shit! I didn't know this. Man, y'all should have told me this from the beginning, man. We could have looked at
it. About it. I just thought about it.
We could have looked at side by side comparisons and stuff.
Now we know the.
Oh man, see now with y'all mic sound better. Now I feel like I had to do this all over again.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, because look at this. It show you the whole. All right, well, I'll definitely do this for the main event. And speaking of the main event, I just realized the champion is Jamaican. So in the bantamweight title bout, we have the champion Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. Let's
the Funk Master.
Let's pull this up. So okay, good. So this shows me. So the champion is 22-3. And the challenger is 16-2, and they both are coming off of wins. Obviously, see with him holding the belt like that, it looks dope. I guess when they have it on, I don't like it.
Yeah.
All right. First, not to go on a tangent, but I don't like that Henry Cejudo's getting this title shot, to be honest, because you your last fight you won, you retired. You feel me? You know what I'm
against
saying?
Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, it goes along to so Trevor can relate. It goes along to aligners of having part timers just come in for WrestleMania or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So basically, because you're retired, like don't retire and then just come back, you know, for a championship fight. Like let the guys who've
You
been
mean
fighting twice a
you mean
year,
like
three,
John Jones did?
huh?
You mean like John Jones did? You mean like GSP did?
Well, but it's different scenario. Heavyweight division
yeah,
was
they
different.
they different.
Yeah,
How are
different.
they different? He was the champion. He didn't lose the belt when he left.
Listen, let me explain though. The heavyweight division was stagnant. You know what I'm saying? You know the heavyweight division can use John Jones. You feel me? Over Cyril Garden. You feel me? But in this division, you got Sean O'Malley, who really, you know, is next title contender. You got Marav Dvalishvili, you know what I'm saying, who really is he really deserves the next title shot. But because him and Aljo are best friends, Aljo, you know, they're not gonna fight each other. So what I expect to happen is, Aljo after this fight, he probably gonna have one more fight, and then he gonna retire, and then let Marav do his thing, and he gonna get the belt eventually. But with that being said, uh, Henry, he's a Olympic wrestler, Olympic
Olympic.
medalist, and everything. So he got good wrestling. Aljo has good wrestling, but I think that Aljo has better jiu-jitsu than Henry Cejudo does. And I also think that Aljo, he's like in the prime of his career, and he's hungry, and he got that fire. You feel me? And I think that Henry is just kind of more so doing this for like a big payday. You know what I mean? And even if Henry win this fight, he's gonna retire again. I don't see him standing in the division or having another fight. You feel me? You know? So
He'd retire as champion.
yeah, that's what he did last time. He gonna do the same thing again if you win.
I don't think so.
You think he gonna stay?
Yeah, because I think he want to fight Volkanovski and try to be he called himself Triple C because he got the Olympic gold medal. Then he
But
got
if
the UFC championship in 2 weight classes, and I think he want that third weight class. So I think he probably gonna fight O'Malley because that's a big money fight, and then he gonna try to take that belt off of Volkanovski if he still have it.
I don't think he's gonna fight O'Malley. Now, see, Aljo, if Aljo win, Aljo will fight O'Malley, and then he'll retire. If Henry wins, then yeah, he might go and fight Volkanovski. But still, that it just proves my point. He's just gonna go to another weight class. You feel me? He's not here to stay. You know what I'm saying? And
Damn.
you got fighters, bro, that's just putting in work, and they deserve the title shot more, in my opinion, because this division is like it's so many pieces and it's ever evolving. You feel me? It's not like the heavyweight division that's stagnant and needs like a fresh coat of paint. You know. So, but
This is definitely top 2 best divisions in the UFC.
yeah, exactly, and yeah. So you don't need to bring a retired fighter into this division for a championship fight. You know. But I think Aljo gonna win. I think he gonna win by decision. I really hope he just finish him because I'm not a Cejudo fan, and he's very cringe, and his promos are just terrible. I don't like it, bro. I just don't. So I'm going with Aljo. Plus, it's even though he's like a New York kid, it's kind of like a hometown thing for him because it's Jersey, which is right down the street. So yeah, I'm going with Aljo, man, the Funk Master.
All right. I see you just having retirement parties over there. You want to retire everybody, yo. He gonna retire after this fight, and he gonna have one more fight and retire. Like, god damn, bro. Like, in your careers over here.
Hey, that's the way the UFC is now, bro. You know, I'm not lying.
I don't think Aljo gonna retire either.
No,
I think he
he's gonna have one more fight and then retire. I think.
I think he'll move up. I think because he keep talking about 45 as well. But this fight is something that I'm really looking forward to. It's not a fight that I ever said before it happened that, oh, I want to see these two fight. But once it was made, I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of this? Because I mean, you got the Olympic gold medalist wrestler. First he took the belt off of Demetrius Johnson. Then he took the belt off of TJ Dillashaw in the weight class up. and then he showed that he can fight through adversity in both the Demetrius Johnson fight as well as the Marlon Moraes fight. His last fight, he knocked out Dominic Cruz when nobody was knocking out Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz wasn't getting finished. And I just feel I got respect for the competitor that he is. I feel like he has an extremely high fight IQ. This is his first fight in 3 years, almost to the day. I will say that 36 is kind of aged for a lighter weight fighter.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You said this is his first fight in 3 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he said, all right, John Jones, that was his first fight in 3 years.
Different situation though. Totally different situation.
So since he hasn't been fighting, all he's done is create champions. He's trained Zhang Wei Li, and she's a completely different fighter than she was before. I mean, she was already skilled, but her wrestling and her wrestling defense has improved immensely. She got her belt. He trained Yuri Prohaska. He got a belt. He trained John Jones. He came back and got the belt. And so he's been in the training room active. He hasn't been fighting, and I know training speed and fight speed is different. Aljamain Sterling, on the other hand, another reason why I'm not really complaining about this fight is because no matter what Aljo do, whenever he wins, people always they do him like how I do Bilal, I guess you could say. People always have a reason to doubt him, always say this and that. They call him the human backpack because if you get on your back, he's finna strangle you, it's a wrap, or he's finna ground and pound you. He don't really got much power in his hands. This fight is intriguing because I feel like both guys are strong grapplers, and so I'm interested to see if it's like jiu-jitsu versus wrestling. Even though Aljo wrestles, but he wasn't an Olympic wrestler, I'm interested to see if Henry try to take him down. The way I see this fight playing out is Aljo got a lot of kind of funky movement. He got a funky, unpredictable style. Kind of like, and the footwork is kind of like Dominic Cruz. So I know when Henry fought Dominic, he was attacking leg kicks to try to stop the movement. But I feel like against Aljo catches kicks, and then when you turn to try to pull away, he takes your back. So I don't know if you want to come in kick happy. Aljo got like a 7 or 8 inch reach advantage. Hasn't lost the fight since 2016. I can go on and on about this fight, man. I'm pumped for it.
So one second, because I know you guys aren't on your headphones now, so you're probably not looking at the screen. I wish I would have knew about this ahead of time. So now what I have up on the screen now is the statistics of how they win. So as you mentioned earlier, I tell you, man, these two jokers know their stuff. I brought up this stat just to show you. Aljamain only wins 14% of his matches by KO or TKO versus Cejudo's won 50% of his matches that way. But then if you look at the inverse, Aljamain's finished 38% of his opponents by submission, whereas Cejudo ain't finishing nobody with submission. So definitely going forward, we had to use these extra tabs and buttons. I never bothered to look at it, so that was kind of my bad. But also another interesting stat: none of these guys finish anybody particularly early because the average fight time for them, for Sterling, is 12 minutes 56 seconds, which means that puts you into 2.5 rounds. And for Cejudo, it's 12 minutes 23 seconds, which is roughly about the same thing. So yeah, so go ahead. It's just interesting that now we could see this. Right. You know, I didn't know about this. I really didn't know about this.
and so I feel like Cejudo has to accomplish more in order to win this fight. Aljamain Sterling, I feel like he can't come rushing in. He put pressure on people, but he can't really pressure Aljo like that, I feel like, because it leaves them open for a takedown attempt. And now Aljo's takedown efficiency isn't all that, but I feel like what I see anyway, I'm not a fighter, I'm not a professional, nothing like that, but from my point of view, I don't see Aljo attempting takedowns to land takedowns. I see him attempting takedowns to create scrambles to be able to try to take your back. So it's like, and then Henry could play the counter game, and just like sit back. But if you get pushed up against the cage, Aljo uses long rangey weapons such as like teep kicks and front kicks and jabs. And so, I mean, it's just going to be an interesting fight. I'm going to pick Aljo. And I feel like by him taking out Cejudo, the haters are still going to say, "Oh, he had a 3-year layoff." But
Exactly.
if Cejudo wins, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, he really is one of the best flyweights ever. I mean, one of the best bantamweights ever." But it's crazy how if John Jones would have lost to Cyril Gane, nobody would have said, "Oh, it's because of the 3-year layoff." They would have said Cyril Gane is that man.
Total different circumstance.
I mean, I get it as John Jones, but what I'm interested to see is how Henry Cejudo's fight IQ affects this fight.
Hey,
But I'm super pumped.
And Vegas has this dead nuts. Both of them are 110 minus 110 on the money line. So Vegas has this like dead nuts. Anybody could win this fight.
That's what I'm saying. I love it. Oh man.
You brought up something. You brought up something very interesting that I'm interested to see too. As far as Cejudo, he's very good at leg kicks. You know what I'm saying? He's real good at the leg kicks. But I don't know if you want to use, the leg kicks, implement that game plan against Aljo, because if he keep throwing them leg kicks, Aljo gonna use that leg kick and counter him with a takedown or something like that. And then I could see Cejudo trying to turn around to get away from it, but that backpack game is serious. He's gonna hop on the back and that's it. So I'm very interested to see that.
And you see how that played out. I feel like Dillashaw tried to use leg kicks against Aljo, and that didn't work out for him.
Yep.
Well, y'all got anything else on this card? So who do you think is going to be fight of the night, knockout of the night, submission?
Fight of the night, maybe Frivola versus Drew Dober. I feel like knockout of the night could go to Nzechukwu or Chaos Williams. Submission, I don't know. It could come from the main event or it could come from Movsar Evloev. I feel like it's a lot of interesting things on this card, man. I'm just anxious to see how it play out. I feel like Christmas comes once a month for me, and that's just freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Bones. Go ahead.
KO of the night is either gonna go to my boy Chaos Williams or the Frivola and Drew Dober fight. And I picked fight of the night to be the Drew Dober fight. It's either gonna be a fight of the night or a KO of the night for that one. So, submission of the night is gonna go to the Russian. Or I would say, oh no, I mean, also fight of the night could be the Andrade fight too, and Young Sha 9.
Yeah.
Damn, I just forgot what I was. Oh, and look at that. This was gonna be a fight that I actually was gonna come over and watch, but no, I couldn't because Backlash is on, but I'm not even going to be able to watch Backlash because the debate got rescheduled till tonight. So, but there you go. It's like every time I'm gonna come over and watch a fight, something always happen. But yeah, I think that might be it. We just got to come up with a time to go over this tomorrow. Yeah, we just come up with
the usual 5 o'clock.
All right, yeah, that should work.
Hey Trevor.
Yeah, what's up?
So I wanted to touch on a few fight announcements, starting off with one that I know is going to pique your interest. So they scheduled Amanda Nunes for a trilogy against Juliana Pena, since they 1-1. Juliana Pena broke her ribs, so now they pulled her out and inserted Irene Aldana, who's a Mexican superstar. Now, Mexico is making this movement in the UFC where
Oh yeah.
If when the year started, they didn't have any champions. Now they have 3. Because Alexa Grasso just won one. Brandon Moreno won one. Yair Rodriguez won one. And now Irene Aldana is going to fight Amanda Nunes on the 10th of, what's that, June?
Oh shit. I gotta, well, you know, Amanda Nunes, that's my girl. I gotta see that one. Man.
So yeah, a lot of interest. What you think about that fight, bro?
I'm not sleeping on Aldana at all. I think it's gonna be competitive, but I'm not gonna make a pick yet. But I'm very interested. It's not a fight where it's like, oh man,
Amanda gonna run through it.
yeah, Amanda gonna murder this girl. it ain't like that. But, you know, so I actually I like that fight more than Juliana Pena. And once again, man, like I have a problem with the UFC doing all these rematches. You feel me? Because if there's a title fight and a fighter gets destroyed, knocked out, or finished or something like that, I don't want to see an immediate rematch. You know, like let that fighter build up again. You know what I mean? Yeah, Juliana Pena, the first fight was a huge upset, and I get the rematch after that. That made sense. You know, but
why
Amanda, bro, Amanda destroyed her 4 times. I think at least 4, maybe even 5 times, all with the same punch, like a left hook or something like that. You know, so it wasn't even competitive. I didn't like the rematch announcement. I actually like this fight even more. So very rare. The replacement fight is even better than the original fight.
Is what? What's that? It is what. Whoa! Now what's all that noise? It's what bothers me about. Is what bothers me about like WWE. WWE should be running off of a top 10 list, so they don't.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. Why have
I think Zay is talking because his icon's moving. Yeah, Zay, we can't hear you.
No, I wasn't saying nothing.
Oh, your icon keep moving. I don't know why. Oh, it's because of whatever you're doing is making noise in the phone. Yeah, see that?
Too much.
Yeah, whatever you're doing is making noise in the phone. But yeah, WWE needs to work off of a top 10 list, and you know your champion shouldn't be having 10 rematches with the same guy. And I feel you like in UFC, but here's the thing: in UFC, they got so many no names. So it's like if Amanda Nunes is gonna fight the 25th ranked woman, I mean, we're gonna watch it because it's Amanda Nunes, but I'm like, is there really interest in it? So they're gonna try to throw in somebody that has some type of name value to get the watches in it, because I don't know. That's the problem UFC has that I see. I mean, hell, they're so damn popular, but it's like they could be more popular if they would spotlight their fighters more. Like their fighters fighters need to be promoted more, so we know who these guys are. We just went through 10 fights, probably more, and I didn't start knowing the people until the 3rd fight from the top. I mean, like that's a big problem.
I feel like with that, it's like 50-50. Like part of it is the UFC, but another part of it is like you don't watch it. You feel me? So you're not their audience. So it's like a fighter that would be no name to you would be somebody that like somebody else is very familiar with. Just like sometimes I could be watching wrestling and my brother and Chris are making a big deal about somebody, and this is my first time ever seeing this guy.
Shout out to St. Louis in the chat. Yeah, man, like I get it. I mean, but I could go anywhere. I could go anywhere and say Roman Reigns. If I went in a room with 100 people and said Roman Reigns, I bet you all of them, I bet you 95% would know who Roman Reigns is. Versus
so
if I went
the equivalent to Roman Reigns is in the UFC. Because I mean, they got their people where you can go.
John Jones. John Jones is Roman. John Jones, Conor McGregor. No, but what I'm saying, okay, hold on. Like I'm hearing,
because like when you come to the Dustin Poiriers and whatnot, it's like hardcores know him and he's a superstar to me. But To you, Dustin Poirier is like who?
And I know him though. Like, so okay, I would say like okay, this guy that Gilbert Burns is fighting. When you say his name, I'm like, who?
Hey, remember the name, man. Remember the name.
But that's what I'm. But that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying. Listen. I'm not saying anything bad about him as far as. Man, hold on. Do you guys hear that?
Nah.
Hold on. Let me see something. Yeah. So I'm not saying. Yeah, it's coming from your mic, Zay, because now I don't hear it anymore. So it's whatever background noise you're in. Whenever I talk, it's making that noise. So you on mute. So just whenever you get ready, just unmute yourself when you gotta say something. But and I'm not saying that these fighters are great. Hell, I just said I'm not doing. There's no way in the world I'm doing what they're doing. I'm just saying UFC needs to market these undercard guys better. Everybody knows who Conor McGregor is because Conor McGregor is a marketing machine. He marketed his own self. John Jones, everybody knows him. Everybody knows DC. You know, like those guys. They used to market GSP like crazy. I think they marketed GSP because they were marketing him to get a female audience. But like the lower level guys, they're non-existent. Like we're like, who?
They also marketed GSP because he was Canadian and they wanted their Canadian audience. But also at the same time, I could be wrong, but I think this goes into what I'll be saying with the like fighter individuality and everything, how they don't have their own sponsors and everything like that, how they used to have. I think this kind of ties into that, because I used to like seeing fighters with their own fight kits and stuff like that, and now it's so generalized with just a basic Reebok or Venom fight kit, or Venom gear or whatever. Fighters don't stand out. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you're right.
It all kind of ties in together, like
they make it hard for the fighters to stand out. And
yeah.
The only reason why I said remember the name is because that's literally his nickname. Bilal, remember the name Muhammad.
So he's telling you off the bat, like, hey, remember me.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of these fighters. I get it. They lunchbox, they go in there, they to handle their business, and then they go get ready for their next fight. But a lot of this it comes back down to the promotion. Like you're gonna remember. So even though Conor McGregor lost a few fights, we still see Conor McGregor is great because the marketing and the promotion behind him is you don't forget his name. Like you just don't.
But that's one thing I would say about Israel Adesanya. I love the way he markets himself. Like he puts himself out there, and every time he get a chance to be on the camera, he do something that you're not gonna forget. Like that post-fight celebration the last time when he shot the 3 arrows and then broke it. He said each arrow was for a loss that he had to this guy, and then he broke it because the rivalry is over.
Yeah, it's all about promotion. Hell, even on this show on the Straight Talk Society, like I promote myself as it's always about promotion. Like you guys see, I'm always putting the videos out. I'm always trying to get you to come to the next one. Like even when I close this show out, I'm a promote what's coming up right after it. It's like is all about promotion, and I think Dana White needs to put more promotion. Like I get it. Me and Bones always talk about this. I liked it better when they could promote themselves when they weren't under the Reebok deal, because it made the individuality was better. Like you had Tap Out, you had all the different clothing brands, Affliction and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah, these guys went out there and they promote themselves, and I'm like, damn, I remember where I saw that. Fighter X used to wear that. Now it's just Reebok, and like, who the hell wears Reebok?
Yep.
Well, fellas,
you got a very valid point.
So we learned two different. I don't know what's going on now, but we learned two great things: that no headphones is the best way to go. One day we're gonna have to just come in and do this show live. We'll have to figure that out, but maybe for like a real super card. But we learned that no headphones, and now I know to actually click on the buttons for the UFC stats, so we could actually get the stats, and it makes for a better conversation. What I will say too, while you guys are up here, this is Zay and Bones show, so I'm just the host. You guys see their fight breakdown. You guys see all the they know all the moves, they know all the history of the fighters. So I don't feel like there should be any interjection in that. So I say that to say this: when it comes to their show, they run it a certain way. We don't allow anybody to come on the panel during the UFC shows. I let Solar come on because I mean that's Solar, and but the Akbar guy that tried to get on, I don't know who that is. I don't know if that was a troll, but it wasn't nothing disrespectful to you. But we don't allow people to come on this show. If it's a show that I'm doing, you can come on. You just got to show me what you look like in the back, so I know you're not trying to troll me. But their UFC show, nobody's allowed to come on because of the information that they deliver. And it's hard that when you're trying to deliver all these match statistics and stuff, you got somebody else just interjecting. So that's why we do it that way. So their shows, no one's allowed to come on the panel. The only reason that the link was even in the chat was because Bones was having a hard time getting on the other way. So anytime you see this UFC logo up on the show, just give me your questions in the chat. Like it's not meant for anybody to come on. And we will be doing the UFC review show. We will be reviewing this show tomorrow afternoon. It's tentatively set for 5, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, you guys got any final words?
Nah, that's it for me. That's pretty much it. Bones, I want to ask you one question. Where does this fight? All right, after this fight, for the bantamweight. So what you think happens next? Because I know you say you think Henry gonna retire. So how you think that whole division will play out? As far as who get the next shot against who, and what happens?
You there, Bones? Ah, shit, he fell off.
Right, we'll get to that tomorrow after we see the results.
Yeah. All right. So, well, yeah, he fell off. So, because I'm hearing like a crazy echoes. I don't know what the hell's going on. All right. So, yeah, we'll get back together tomorrow night. So enjoy your fight. I mean, tomorrow afternoon. So enjoy your fights. I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I don't know if you there, Zay? Oh, okay. Well, he just closed out. Well, there you have it. Straight Talk previews UFC 288. Yeah, we were having some difficulties. I don't know what was going on with that, but yeah, we'll definitely be back tomorrow afternoon. So just a little bit of info of what's going on. I do have a debate tonight at 9:00 over on Solar Vision Debate League. I have my final debate of the season, of the regular season, before we start the playoffs. 9 p.m. I will be debating Akasha is okay. Hold on, because this is a real long title. Let me rack my brain. Are fathers' unrealistic expectations detrimental for their daughter's future mates? That's a mouthful. Try saying that 2 times fast. But yeah, that's going down tonight at 9 p.m. over on Solar Vision Debate League. Solar was on the panel earlier for a little bit. So piece of St. Louis who hopped in, piece of Yanga who hopped in. Like I say, that Akbar guy, I don't know who you were, but I mean, you're welcome to come back any other time. Just for the UFC shows, we don't allow anybody on the panel. Just because Zay and Bones are the hosts of the show, and there's too much info to get out for them to have to worry about someone else interjecting. So that's how that goes. No hard feelings. But if you haven't, I want you to make sure you check out the show that I did with St. Louis, the interview. I'm gonna tell you about this. So normally when we do these shows, Nobody ever comments. I mean, outside of the chat, like, but nobody ever actually goes and leaves comments on the videos. That show that I did with St. Louis, at the last time I checked, had damn near 60 comments on it. It is amazing how when you bring up certain people's names or you do, it's like their radar, it's almost like you threw the bat signal out and their radar just goes up. And I got people sending me all type of messages, throwing out all type of challenges, you know, all type of crap. But and it's all good. I won't erase one of them as long as you keep it respectful. Nobody's gotten out of line, so it's all good. Look for more of that over here, though, because you guys know, as me being a former. Okay, I see Bones coming back on. Me being, what's up, Bones?
Yo, what's up? My bad.
See, now you sound great. Like, what? You home?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now you sound, man. What is going on, man? Now your mic sounds perfect. Yeah, we were calling on you to give your final thoughts so we could close out the show.
No, I mean, basically, my final thoughts is that I really hope that Aljo pulled through, because I know a lot of people underestimating him, and I'm really excited for the Drew Dober and Favola fight. It's going to be an exciting night. I'm ready to watch some fights, basically.
Yeah, and we'll be right back here tomorrow to review everything.
For sure, I'll be here.
All right.
All
right. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, look for more of those crosstalk shows with people from the religious community, because, you know, me being a former preacher for so long, I'm always welcome to that. So a lot of the guys that are commenting on that show, a lot of them just don't like St. Louis, and that's just, you know, that's just the bottom line. So they come over here, but I will give you the ability to come on here and talk. I mean, so it's never, see, with me, I don't have any bias. That's the issue with me. I have zero bias. I don't care who your apostle is. I don't care who your prophet is. I don't care. I really don't care, because I don't listen to them. So, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter to me. So I don't have any bias. So I give you the opportunity. You could hit my link and come on the show and talk to me. I just say, don't come on here with all that yelling and arguing, because I'll kick you off. And then if you get disrespectful, I'll make you regret it. I will drag you completely through the mud. That's like that. Like, I literally will do that. So don't, but if you could agree to those stipulations, hey, come on, have a conversation. Like this guy, this boxer Jersey man that keeps sending me messages. I know who you are, but and your channel is like 100 times bigger than mine, so you probably would never come on here and have a conversation with me. But you have the open invitation. Hell, you're a fighter. We know you're a fighter. So come on, join one of these UFC shows. We could talk about other stuff. You don't have to keep it strictly to the religious world. See, that's the thing. I'll come on you guys' channel and build with you. You guys won't come on to my channel because my channel isn't big enough yet for you. But, you know, if come on over, you know, so I got an open invitation to the Jansen Williams, all those guys. You guys come on over. Adrian Cutler, you guys come over, but just realize you cannot come over here and do what you guys do on other platforms, because I don't allow that. I don't allow all the yelling and the back and forth and over talking. It just doesn't work over here. I will not allow that. So, like I said, I got a debate tonight, 9 o'clock over on SVDL. Let me go relax and get ready for that. We have the UFC 288 review show that we're going to do tomorrow around 5 o'clock. Also, Monday, speaking about crossover, Monday, there will be the Man Talk Monday show. For Monday will be a crossover edition. So you'll have the Man Talk Monday cast as well as some of the members from Pour Your Heart Out. So it's going to be a cross-promotional. Peace, Venkat. Appreciate it. It's going to be a cross-promotional show come Monday. So I keep talking about the Man Cave because they have Man Cave. Wait till those guys finally start coming over. But you have the Man Talk Monday show. is going to collab with the Pour Your Heart Out, and we're going to discuss the comments made by Ebony K that's going on all over the place. I didn't know anything about it, but when I heard it, there's a huge debate going on all over about her comments. So you're going to get it from the male and female perspective. That's this Monday at 6:35 Eastern time. That is going to be fantastic, because whenever the Pour Your Heart Out women come on over into the man talk space, it's always a good time. Me and Nene are just kind of going to moderate it. I'll interject my 2 cents every now and then, but I'm not going to get too much in it. I got some questions that I do want to ask the ladies, depending on where it goes. But I would so if anybody doesn't know, just Ebony K, I really don't know what she is, but she did a interview with Iyanla Vanzant, and they clipped a certain part that she said about not wanting to date bus drivers. It went viral because I'm guilty of it. For my podcast, I always clip the most controversial thing strictly out of context, so people will want to go listen to it and want to go hear the whole thing, and that's how I get them over to the show. So I'm guilty of it. So that part was clipped. It became a whole big shitstorm in the Black community. She then came on The Breakfast Club and did an interview, which I did listen to. I listened to the entire interview on The Breakfast Club. I think she came off a certain way. My wife doesn't think she came off a certain way. So that's how it is. So you have one set who thinks she came off another way. You have one set that thinks she came off another way. So we're going to have the conversation, and you guys know how we do it over here on the Straight Talk Society. We are going to have that uncomfortable conversation. So tune in this Monday. Man Talk Monday will be a cross-promotional show with Pour Your Heart Out. So it's going to be awesome. It will be the only place that you want to be around that time. I guarantee you that much. Then Pour Your Heart Out has a whole bunch of other shows for the rest of the week. And I do have the show that will probably, Venkat saying Backlash tonight from Puerto Rico. I won't be watching it live because my debate is at 9, so I'll have to catch it tomorrow. So yeah, we'll have to go over that on Wrestling Wednesday, but I won't be able to watch it until tomorrow. I'll watch it tomorrow morning. So yeah, we have that. Pour Your Heart Out has a bunch of shows coming up this month. I also have the show that I'm just so excited for, man. Monday, May 15th. Monday, May 15th. I will be interviewing Reginald Young. Reginald Young is a reason. Reginald Young is a reason why all these trolls are coming over here, because they do not like him, because he defeated Geno Jennings. I mean, it's just there's nothing else I can say about it. They had a debate. I feel Reginald Young won. A lot of people feel Reginald Young won, but Geno's camp doesn't feel that way. So they're gonna come bombard me because I'm having him on the show. There's a brother that's jealous because I'm interviewing him, and he feels that I stole him from his platform, which I didn't. I'm not even the one who set it up. I'm not even the person who set it up. All I did was express the fact that I like this debate styles. I liked him, and mutual people reached out and set the conversation up. Reginald said that he was, oh God, did I say Wednesday? Wrestling with reality. Yeah, so that's to see my mind. I got too much stuff going on in my head, but somebody set it up, and we're gonna have a conversation. So, and it's not gonna be long because I only got an hour with them. But Monday, May 15th, I will be doing a straight talk interview session with Reginald Young. So the trolls are gonna be out in full force for that one. That's gonna be an excellent interview. And then last but not least, May 12th. So next Friday, May 12th, you have the first edition of Straight Talk Therapy Sessions with Dr. Mia. That's going to be a Friday night at 9:00. And that's going to be a tremendous, tremendous show. I'm stealing talent like Vince. Hey, hey, because I can't help it because I'm unbiased. That's the thing. I have an unbiased platform, so people get to come over here and talk without being cut off. That's why they like me over here. But straight talk interviews, straight talk sessions, therapy sessions with Dr. Mia. She's gonna have the first show. Her and my cousin Kevin. And if I implore you to listen to this show Friday at 9. If you listen to the podcast, I have 63 podcast shows up. Kevin is still holding like a top 5 position. I'll say it. The number one show that I've ever done of all time, as far as rankings, is the show that I did with Venkat, the memorial show for his brother. That still holds the number one spot. The show that I did with Kevin is in the top 5. Dr. Mia will be on with Kevin discussing like trauma, letting trauma go, for holding your parents to these expectations. And because your parent didn't do what you thought they were supposed to do for you, you held on to it and you carried it into adulthood. So they're going to be talking about letting go. And y'all know Dr. Mia, y'all know how she is. So she's going to rock out. She's a real therapist. So she's going to rock out. So that's May 12th. So there you go. We have a ton of other shows left. We got a show scheduled May 20th where we're going to talk about the whole Debrat situation with her sperm donors, everything. That's going to be another pour your heart out crosstalk promotion. So it's going to be the men and the women. So it's just, I listen, man, Straight Talk Society, we giving you everything over here. You know, we got on Wednesdays Wrestling with Reality. We got the UFC shows. We got the basketball. I kind of like Venkat's in the chat, but I kind of like doing it the way we did, where we just recap the round. So for the basketball, and now all you guys are coming in to watch. I'm trying to close the show out, but I like how we just recap the round. So you guys go check out that NBA show where we recap the entire first round. Sister Noble came on and provided some fantastic insight. So I'm gonna send her an invite. I hope she comes back on for the round 2 recap, because it's hard when we're trying to do all these other shows to try to squeeze it in. So it's best to just recap the round. Venkat made these tremendous cards that showed you, hey, you know, the matchups, the numbers, things like that. So I think we should do it that way. We'll just recap. We'll do a show where we recap round 2. Yeah, right. Let's go Heat. So yeah, that's it. Like I say, I got a debate tonight at 9, so I'm gonna just go relax with the family until it's time for me to get in that mental space. I appreciate all you guys for coming through. All the new subscribers. You got a bunch of new subscribers this week, man. I love it, man. I appreciate it. Listen, all you religious guys, you're welcome over here. Just so you know, I do curse a lot, but I mean, probably so do you guys. So I am what you probably consider a sinner, but at least over here, you have an unbiased platform. I'll allow you to come on and get your stuff off and have a cordial conversation. So you guys are welcome over here. Everybody's welcome in the Straight Talk Society, man. Is a safe space. Nobody could attack anybody over here because I just will not allow it. I won't allow it at all. Yeah, we boot all the trolls and things like that. So this is a safe space over here, man. Everybody's welcome. So spread the word, share the page, share the videos, make sure and hit that like button. Straight Talk Society. I'm about to get out of here because I got to rest my voice, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a lot of yelling and arguing tonight. So with all that's being said, man, enjoy the fights tonight. Enjoy WWE Backlash. I won't catch it till in the morning. If you get a chance, please check out that debate tonight on Solar Vision Debate League, me versus Akasha. Please be sure to like the Straight Talk Society on Facebook. We also stream those videos over on that side too. So with all that being said, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Keep it clean. Touch gloves if you wish. Let's do it.
She